Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here and it's Zach and I right now. We've made it back to Six Flags Magic Mountain on a ridiculously empty day. It's a Wednesday in the middle of January, so I mean, makes complete sense that it's super empty. But hopefully we'll get some nice rides on everything, but it is pretty windy, sadly. So some of the rides are down, like Superman we have not seen go once, X2 we have not seen go once either. But we're gonna head over to Full Throttle, see how bad the line is for that. But it looks like Twisted Colossus is open for us as well. So that would be the first time I ride it since I think October. And that would be very awesome to get back on finally. But let's head over to Full Throttle, see how bad that line is to start the day. Well, would you look at that? Complete walk on for Full Throttle. So we're gonna head onto it to get an awesome ride on this. Let's go. Walking onto this next train. Insane. So just rode Full Throttle in the first row of the third car. We were actually gonna go back row, but there was a guy sitting there and they were allowing a re-ride, so he was just sitting in the seat. But besides that, it was a great ride on Full Throttle. Super windy though, so it felt like we were going faster than we actually were. But yeah, Full Throttle was fantastic. Tatsu just went around, so we know that's running. Revolution is running next to us as well, so that is nice to see. But we're gonna head over to West Coast Racers to get on the second premier launch coaster in the park, and excited to get back on this thing. So because of the wind today, they actually have these fountains very, very low. Usually they're about 4 times, 5 times higher, but because of the high winds, it would make no sense to do that because all the water would spray over here onto the midway. So kind of interesting to see the mountains running at like a fourth the power. Now, we were actually going to use that shortcut that I talked about last video to get up to West Coast Racers, but we're kind of feeling a Revolution ride. We haven't ridden this in a very long time, so let's get on this classic Schwarzkopf, the first vertical looping coaster, by the way, in the world. Man, I forgot how nice Revolution is. It's so scenic. It's probably one of the only terrain coasters at the park, I would say. I mean, besides like Gold Rusher, obviously, but Revolution really uses the terrain, and you can get amazing looks at a bunch of the coasters here, especially Tatsu, X2, even Viper. Those views are incredible on Revolution, but I'm glad we got back on it. I haven't been on it in a while because it's not something I usually stop for. But you know what? Today, that was nice. That was really nice to get on that classic Schwarzkopf looper, the first in the world, at least modern looping. But Tatsu's going in front of us as we head to the underground. Complete walk on for Tatsu, so we'll definitely have to hit it up a little later. All right, finally made it to West Coast Racers. Let's get on this awesomely fun coaster. And it looks like we're not gonna have to wait more than 5 minutes. Let's get on. So just rode first and second row on West Coast Racers. Great little fun ride there. Some nice interaction between the dueling trains. We had some speaking, some trash talk back and forth, which was fun. But besides that, awesome as usual. But now we're gonna head over to Apocalypse, because of course we gotta ride the second coaster here, especially with the little lines that we've been experiencing today. Man, oh man, Apocalypse in the last 2 rows. We walked straight on, by the way. Fantastic today. Absolutely phenomenal. That was one of the best rides I've ever had on Apocalypse. Like, ridiculously good airtime all around. So good. So good. And I would actually say the most underrated wooden coaster in all of California, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know if I'd say best, but it's definitely up there. But now we're gonna head over towards Metropolis, I think. Or maybe even get another ride on West Coast Racers. I'll keep you updated though. So we came over to Pacific Speedway real quick just to give you a quick update on this. They are laying down the barriers right now, which is really cool to see. But hopefully we will be able to get on this speedway very, very soon and be able to race underneath this figure 8/spaghetti bowl section. Can't wait to check this out. And I will definitely be paying the $8 it is for a single rider or $10 for you and a passenger. All right, I take back what I said. we've made it to Superman's lair, and we're gonna go on Superman Escape from Krypton. This is actually only my 4th time riding it. But that's because it's got no weight and it's open. So let's go enjoy a 100-mile-an-hour backwards launch. All right, so just got off of Superman Escape from Krypton in the 3rd row. Really fun. That launch surprised me, for sure. That was one of the better rides I've had on it, for sure. I know I've given the ride a little bit of flack in the past for maybe not having too many elements, but that launch today was fantastic. Absolutely awesome. But now we're gonna head over to Ninja, the aero suspended coaster, because we haven't done that in a while, so why not? There's no wait. We might as well ride as many rides as possible. Got off of a front 2-row ride on Ninja. That was actually really good. A little rattly, but that's what you're gonna get with these old arrows. They're all, I mean, janky in a lovable way. But Tatsu Station has no one in it, so we're gonna go ride that. And speaking of which, it's right there. Also, wanted to give a quick little shout out to Michael over at Superman. Great to see you again, by the way. So we're coming up towards Viper. You can see they're doing some TLC to this pathway, ripping up some piping, it looks like, and redoing parts of that, which is really nice to see, especially on a slower day like this. It's awesome to see the refurbishment of this park bit by bit, but we can't walk this way, so we're gonna have to walk around to go experience Viper. Without further ado, let's get on Viper. Actually just rode Viper, and then we rode Revolution back to back, second to back on Viper. It was fantastic, super forceful, actually a little clunky in the loops, which I thought was very interesting compared to the middle as well as the front, because those aren't as much of a clunky ride, I would say. But then Revolution, we just sat in the front, and that was awesome. Revolution is really a great classic. I love it. But now we're gonna head towards the front of the park and potentially over towards maybe even to Colossus or something. We'll see. Well, guess what? We went from the first modern loop to the, at one point, was the tallest loop in the world, to Full Throttle. So we're riding Full Throttle yet again because we're just making our rounds in the park. And after this, we'll probably head over towards Goliath and maybe Twisted, maybe Batman. And actually, I want to go check out the Green Lantern plot if I can. So we'll definitely have to go do that. Now, the next stop, Bugs Bunny World. You might not expect that, but Arthur is with us. He's actually been with us, and he's visiting from Utah. He has not been on any of the kiddie coasters, so we're gonna try and get on a couple of them. Oh yeah, we gotta do that credit we're in. So we're gonna go Canyon Blaster, of course, Speedy Gonzales, and then Roadrunner Express off in the distance. We will not be able to ride Magic Flyer because there's definitely a strict height limit on that. All right, so we got off of Speedy Gonzales, no problem, just the 3 of us. We were not able to ride Canyon Blaster, sadly, which really kind of stinks. But now we're gonna try Roadrunner Express. This should be no problem whatsoever. Roadrunner was a dashing success, but I just want to let you guys know, apparently with Canyon Blaster, they've changed the rules a little bit, so you will need a kid to ride that now, at least with how it's operating today. So, no more mini Steel Vengeance for us, sadly, cries. But now we'll head over to the Goliath, maybe Twisted Colossus, but we'll see. But just want to let you guys know, Canyon Blaster, you will need a kid to ride now. All right, Lex Luthor time again. We walked over. Arthur would like to do it. He did it for the first time today, so he wants to get another ride on it, which is fair. As you know, I'm probably not the biggest fan of this ride, but I guess I'll ride it for Arthur. Let's do it.
You can feel it, just 1, 2, drop.
I don't like Lex Luthor that much. It's terrifying to me. Guess what happened when we got to the very top? Superman went, and the whole tower goes woo-hoo-hoo, back and forth, and it was the most terrifying thing ever. And then we dropped while we're still shaking back and forth, and it was freaky as heck. And Arthur likes it, Zach likes it. He was looking straight down to the ground the whole time, even though he's 400 feet in the air, because that's normal, right? Anyways, we're gonna go to a more normal ride, in my opinion. Twisted Colossus. Let's go. Man, it is nice to see this open on weekdays yet again for our enjoyment. I haven't been on this ride in a long time. It's been a couple months. Arthur's excited, but they do still have some of the lights out, which I find kind of interesting, but they are still slowly taking down everything from Holiday in the Park. Let's get on Twisted Colossus. So row 9 and 11 on Twisted Colossus. Fantastic ride. Finally got a duel on the first lap for the first time in a long time. The problem is first time ever for Arthur. Problem is though, our train weighed so much more than the other train because there were so many more people on it. We kind of just destroyed the race. We took first place by a wide margin. But we were stuck on the brake run for 10 minutes because it was just not cooperating. So we were sitting there, we were hoping for an evac, even though we'd only have to get off and walk like 30 feet to the exit. But besides that, we were stuck on the ride for 10 minutes, no evac, sadly. I would have liked to have done that because it's just one of those rare things that only few people do. But yeah, really interesting experience though. Had all the employees walk out in vests and be like, hey, just want to let you guys know Superman's loud, and also that you'll be here for a little while, just want to let you guys know. So, but anyways, we're gonna head over towards Green Lantern because I want to talk about that for a little bit, and then we'll do a couple more things. We've only got an hour until the park closes though, but we've done so much today in just about 2.5 hours, which is insane. Let's go that way. So we've come over to Green Lantern, first flight, or at least where it used to reside. We're gonna look for any surveying markers at all, but we do know they have been surveying this area, as well as the area by Justice League across the way, which I think will end up leading to a new attraction in this area. It would only make sense to take out Green Lantern and replace it with something of the DC universe, but we will just have to wait and see. But I do think there's a good chance, as I said years ago when I did a video about it, that there might be a water coaster potentially. I think it would be a great fit for the park. Now, I don't know if that would be happening at all. It's just a guess by me, but it would make the most sense, especially if it goes that way and cuts across Tidal Wave. You'd lose a water attraction, you'd lose a coaster, right? Replace it with a little bit of both. A water coaster would be a fantastic addition. And Mach just released a brand new version of their Power Splash, which has a vertical loop. And the surveys started from over here. And if you line that up with where the other surveys ended, over by Justice League, it's about the same length. So, it's a potential new ride coming very soon. But of course, this is all speculation and not real as of yet.
But it would be cool if it was real.
But it would be amazing if it was. It would be absolutely awesome. We're gonna walk that way to Justice League to go check out what they have going on over there. So Superman only has 2 people riding. Crazy Andy is literally a walk-on. No, well, Lex Luthor, I already had that experience today.
How about that?
Yeah, Zach? Yeah, okay. But speaking of Tidal Wave, after our awesome front row ride on Batman, it is closed right now. It is going through maintenance, but considering there has been surveying over by Hall of Justice, right? The Justice League, Battle for Metropolis, one of the best dark rides in SoCal, I would say, as well as Green Lantern, which was over there. Tidal Wave's right in the middle of that, so I'm really interested to see what they were surveying for. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. So the second survey placement point was right there, and it was pointing this direction, right towards the exit of Tidal Wave. So that points directly towards Green Lantern as well. We'll just have to wait and see, but we're gonna walk by Riddler's Revenge. It is closed today, but we're gonna get Arthur on Justice League Battle for Metropolis for the first time. He's never been on one of these awesome Sally Dark rides, so let's go enjoy it. So one complaint I have, it's a ridiculously empty day, and we gotta wait through both the pre-shows, which each one's about 2-3 minutes long. Kind of a little much, I think. All right, Justice League got 193,000, top 1% of all time. But I love that ride. I think it's honestly one of the best shooting dark rides I've been on. Arthur, what did you think? Because it was your first time on it.
I thought it was good. I like that you said it was comparable to Transformers. You know, Transformers with Universal screen thing. I was disappointed with Transformers, but that was good. So I put it up there. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Good
Cool.
quad ride. I was genuinely impressed that Six Flags has a ride like that. I've always tried to keep my expectations really low when it comes to Six Flags, especially when they come to like cohesive story and theme and things like that. Good job.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Now we got 20 minutes till park close. Not sure what we're gonna do, but I would say Riddler's, but it's closed. And look at how pretty it is in the background right now. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out and I'll let you know. All right, so we've come up to potentially our last ride of the night. We have 20 minutes till park close still. Superman Escape from Krypton. We're gonna do it because Arthur wants to do it. I don't blame him because it's always got a long line. and there's no flash effect for this ride. But I am kind of winded. We just walked up that hill, but maybe we can get a Zen ride on Superman. Let's try. Well, it looks like we're getting a Zen ride because it's just the 3 of us. This is kind of crazy, kind of terrifying as well. But I'm gonna go row 2. Wish us luck. Okay, so a lot of time has passed. So we've actually been just lapping Superman, and because there's no wait, why not keep going over and over again? So we're actually 4 rides in on our little marathon right now.
We hit the red. 3 of
We hit the
four
red.
so
Did
far.
we? Okay,
3
that's
of the
good.
4.
I was up front every single time. They went to the back a couple of times, but now we're gonna go for a couple more rides because we have 5 minutes left till park close. So let's get back on Superman. And I must say, I'm starting to really like this thing. So it's now officially 6:01. We just got our 6th ride in a row on Superman Escape from Krypton. I can't believe we managed to get 6 rides within like 20 minutes time, but it's that empty today. We were just able to lap over and over and over again. It's fantastic. I really am starting to really like that ride though. I will say that. But man, now time to head out of the park, and that was honestly a great note to end it off on.
Chick-fil-A!
Oh. With how empty it is up here on Samurai Summit, I keep getting reminded of Fright Fest, and I'm expecting innocents to come out and potentially try to attack us. It's kind of terrifying actually walking around this park when it's so empty. We're heading out, so let's walk down these stairs. Bye, Tatsu. So as we're heading out of the park, you can see the funnel cake line is nothing compared to usual. Usually it's all the way out here and more. Really crazy to see a line that short for the awesome funnel cakes you can get. So an absolutely awesome day at Six Flags Magic Mountain as usual, but man, with it being so empty and us able to ride anything we wanted over and over again was just incredible. So if you want the most awesome experience with not having to wait at all for anything, middle of the week in January or February is going to be the best time to come for sure, because that was fantastic. The fact that we got 7 rides on Superman today is insane, because usually that's got a 30+ minute wait, so we usually don't wait for it. But the fact that we could just walk on, get 10 rides, and then keep running around for laps, crazy to even think that was possible. But I want to say a huge thanks for watching. It was great getting to hang out with Arthur and Zach at the park today. But until next time,
What? I was just saying, it was awesome.
Oh, it was. But thanks again for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.